Electricity freak, future freak, biotic freak, heterophia freak, election, 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 electricity freak, election, 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 electricity freak.
Wrong one. There we go. There it is. Hello, and welcome to Drawbridge Media. It's a changeover from what our name used to be, which was the Drinks Channel, the podcast that drinks and knows things YouTube channel. I'm sure people are wondering why we made that
Who
change,
are
and
you?
I'm getting to there. This stream is to help kind of, and video is to help figure out those answers and everything like that. I'm Ben. You know me from the podcast that drinks and knows things, the podcast that floats down here, the narrator on the podcast that must not be named, and common watcher on the podcast that gets lit. Joining me is the host, the podfather of this whole thing, the reason we're all here, Luke. How you doing, buddy?
That's like the most flattering name I think I've ever heard. The Podfather.
In fairness, that is our father's name, but it's more apt to you. Let's be real.
I'm good. I am good. I'm actually incredibly excited about what we have going on here at the newly named Drawbridge Media. In general, we've had a lot of shows at, I'll call it the podcast that, until now, and there are a lot of the podcast that shows, but
Yeah.
Drinks and Knows Things has been a highly successful YouTube channel for us, and we are using that to kind of leapfrog into trying new things and expanding what we're doing to the people that seem to care about what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It was one that we kind of, for lack of a better term, game of consolidation. Instead of having 5 or 6 different channels around and doubling up information across, multiple platforms, why not bring it on to our largest fan base? Because all our fans are awesome. We appreciate you
Yeah,
guys,
they're
our
okay.
viewers. You're our friends, and we love you for it. And we figured you supported us on Game of Thrones stuff, and you probably would like dig some of our stuff on Harry Potter, on Outlander, on Stephen King, and other stuff we have in the works. Figure, hey, it's a good starting point, and let's just continue the fun because we're gonna be around, and we'd like to share with everybody.
And so we're live streaming this video, and our really good friend Sasuke has a great question. Eventually, you'll tell us why Drawbridge specifically, right? I mean, and we struggled with,
Yeah,
what do we call this parent company? We struggle with that a little bit, and
there was a lot that there was a good debate going.
there was, and there were some good options. There really were, and it finally came down to, well, we like fantasy stories. For the In general, it comes down to storytelling for us, and a mainstay in fantasy stories are castles, which, who doesn't like a good fucking castle, right? I mean, who does not like a good castle? But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, Glenn could go on, if he were here, on what that whole spiel needs to be, but Drawbridge is a gateway, right? It's an opening of a doorway for other people to experience the stories the way that we do. And it's an acceptance, it's an opening, it's a gathering of people to join us in these stories as we cross the threshold into good storytelling. To us, that's everything, right? There are so many good stories out there. Our
Yeah,
main prerogative is to share those stories, to open that door, that drawbridge, to other people to enjoy it along with us.
exactly. And if you followed any of our shows for any point in time, we reference our other shows, our other topics. You can't go one of our Stephen King streams without getting a Game of Thrones reference. You can't go Game of Thrones reference without getting a Harry Potter reference. We
You're going
bridge the
nowhere without a
gaps.
Harry Potter reference. You're going
No,
nowhere.
you're going nowhere. Yeah. And every once in a while we'll throw in a Lord of the Rings one, which we haven't gotten to that but
Oh,
Luke and Melissa will be taking
it
care of
is
that. I will not
happening.
be anywhere near there. I will not be anywhere near that. But we bridge the gaps between those series kind of things because we know different series have different fan bases, but in general, they really don't. There's a bridge, there's a gap that can be connected, and we like to be that connection at times.
Absolutely. And it's also a drawbridge as a welcoming of friends, right? We've made a lot of really, really good friends. You know, whether it's, I'm looking specifically at the chat right now, but it's Mother of Krakens, it's Sasuke, it's Moni G who just jumped in. And these are the people that we do this for. We make all of these different shows for people that show up for us. And the people that we don't hear from too. You know, either way, these are drawbridges to relationships. Relationships are drawbridges. Sometimes they're down, sometimes they're up. But at the end of the day, when all is said and done, sorry, I'm going to keep using that joke, but it just comes down to good storytelling, good relationships, and for us, it's spending time with each other, you know,
Yeah.
and podcasting is fun, especially when you're doing it with your loved ones, right? I mean, to get all
Or your liked
emotional
ones.
about it, or your liked ones, and it's a special thing for us to have that
Yeah.
we don't have to drive our other liked ones crazy at family parties every single time where, hey, it's Christmas and we're talking about Harry Potter again, or hey, it's Thanksgiving and we're talking about Game of Thrones again. But like the 40% of our family that hates that stuff doesn't have to put up with it. Am I wrong?
No, not at all. I'm just typing out a
So
response, something in the chat here.
it's a bit of a it's a family thing for us. That's everything that we do at, like, as the newly formed Drawbridge Media and the podcast that.com. And
Yeah.
there
So
are
we are saying the podcast that.com.
it's definitely, yeah, the podcast that.com is still certainly a thing that floats down here, drinks and knows things, must not be named. Those are all still easily found on the podcast that.com, but going to a YouTube channel branded as and called and labeled as Drawbridge Media allows us to open up our storytelling wings on YouTube. And I'm not gonna drop this bomb yet, but there's a lot more Harry Potter stuff coming on that's not
Yep.
specifically the podcast that related. There's also
Yeah.
a lot more the podcast that related Harry Potter stuff coming on that's not
And
released yet.
yeah, and I'm also, dabbling in thinking of bringing in some of the trivia side that I've been working with, along with Citadel folks. Kind of
Yeah,
bringing some
absolutely.
extra trivia content over on. That's my realm of expertise. So,
Absolutely.
kind
And
kind of
so the end game is to create a platform that's very conducive to all sorts of storytelling and experiencing storytelling, and just keeps people interested in all the things that we're doing. And I see that Tony3483 is also here, so thank you for joining us. And I just I haven't been this motivated in a long time. I When it's all this specifically directed, it's a lot easier.
mhm.
I think you know what I mean. I think you and Melissa are the ones that have seen how scatterbrained and scatter motivated the way we've been doing things has made me.
Yeah,
I'm a hyper focused person, and I am really excited about what we have going on a single place. I think you know what I'm talking about.
hmm
So,
Oh yeah, no, and I'll be honest, with the end of season 8 last year, we did hit a lull. We were cruising. We cruised for 2 straight years, building this channel, building everything, and then season 8 ended. I'm not gonna go into season 8 let us on a down note or anything like that. It ended,
No, it was
and
good. Fuck you. It was good.
I'm,
To it
I'm not
in its
touching it.
own way.
I'm not touching it. I'm just saying. But we, kind of then we hit kind of a down note, and all of us here, we kind of were left in limbo. We had other things to kind of focus on, finish up, and everything like that. But we finished Game of Thrones. We finished it, which was another 2 year,
Holy
dredge.
shit. Yeah, like that's like
You
the
know,
unsung hero, like the unsung effort behind everything, right? Like Harry Potter has been the I'm sorry to cut you off. I
no, you're fine.
apologize. Harry Potter's been the mainstay for our company,
It,
right?
it
It's
was
the
the start.
weekly
It was the
show.
cornerstone. It was the
It's
cornerstone.
never not been a weekly show.
Yeah.
There's been Drinks and Those Things, which, in all fairness, you know as well as I do, dominated our lives
Mm-hmm.
weekly. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
if it
For a
was
year and a
if
half.
it was difficult, well, what's the actual quote? If it were easy being drunk all day, everyone would do it.
Everyone would do it.
Like it's not easy. I
No,
promise you, it is not easy getting drunk
fuck,
every weekend and talking about a specific episode in depth.
right?
We're glad you joined us. We're so happy you joined us. It was not easy.
No,
But the
no. Because
unsung hero of that, the unsung effort was doing the Floats Down Here It podcast that came out every other week.
yeah.
Like, oh, that's like a big difference. It's every other week. No, that's not it. It's not that much easier.
No. Well, because that one was actually harder because we had to sketch like the Harry Potter. It was weekly. You guys would record a few episodes at a time. Boom, done. Game of Thrones. We were doing that every week. It was weird because we started it and we recorded like 12 episodes in the first month before we ever released. And so we had time to work with. And then we took a hiatus because of family illness.
Yeah.
And then we had to go back in and we had to do it every month. Like every month we had to get 2 episodes in. And it was the struggle because it wasn't that consistent. It was consistently every 2 weeks, but it wasn't that we didn't live stream it either. So we didn't have the schedule we had to hit,
Which is
comparatively. So we got,
a pro and a con for sure.
yeah. I mean, I prefer the live streaming,
I do
style of
too.
it because
There
it gives
are
us,
limitations
yes,
for
but it
sure.
gives us it gives us we need to do this because we have people to answer to, and that's the way I like it. That's why I love our fans, our friends, and our subscribers because we answer to you. We want to give you content, and you make it. We have to give it to you, kind of thing. So it's one of those. That's why I like the live stream aspect of our podcasts. But yeah, with the Stephen King one, with the It one, it was like, oh, okay, well, we can push it again and then again. And I'm very laid back of, I'm not gonna push it. I want to do it. I'm ready to go. Fuck you, blah blah blah. But I understand people's, Luke here is gone damn near insane half the time with all the work he has to do. So I'm not gonna push him. I'm not gonna, make him do it, because we'll get it done. But it's nice that now that we're
Here's a
going to
6
this
mile bridge beer
Drawbridge.
for you, Benj.
Oh,
Thanks for
nice,
everything.
nice. Cheers. I gotta have a great divide for you.
Cheers.
Cheers, sir.
So Tony 3483, who's one of our most consistent hangout live chatters.
Yeah, lately, yeah.
Never heard that we had a Harry Potter podcast. Can you? So I don't like to brag about myself, but please brag about me to him.
So Luke and our sister Melissa started 3 years ago now with Harry Potter chapter by chapter, spoiler free read through. We are now just getting to the 6th chapter of book 5.
Yeah, that
I
comes
believe
out
that's
this Sunday.
That's this Sunday.
With
yes, I got my
new
new music.
brand new music from our good buddy John Del Vento.
Yes. So the podcast is called The Podcast That Must Not Be Named. Like I said, it was a cornerstone of all of our shows of the podcast that
It started all,
and it was a great name. It was a great name. The Podcast That Must Not Be Named.
It fucked us up for all of our names.
Exactly.
I mean,
but it's one like I'll tell the deep story of it. I was pissed when they started it because I was the one back in high school that wanted to do radio, wanted to do broadcasting, and also am a huge Harry Potter fan in my own right. And then I find out they're doing this. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And you didn't ask. So I was a little upset. Me and Luke have talked about this. I'm fine with it because the way they go into it, it's way above my pay grade.
It's
I
totally Ravenclaw.
It is
It's
very Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw
I'm a
boring level.
Gryffindor. It's not boring. No, you guys actually keep it very interesting. I find myself it's the one show I consistently listen to every week.
Well, thank
Even
you.
though,
That's actually very
and
flattering.
I'm not being, I have probably 15 podcasts to 15 to 20 podcasts in my list or whatever, and I may like binge a few here and there every Monday morning. I listen to that one because it's fun. And now, yes, I do since book 4. I've done the narrations, the
Again,
breakdowns of the
thank you.
chapters.
Thank you. It's been a
Yeah,
big
and I
burden
find that
off
fun.
our shoulders.
I find that fun. I don't know if you've listened to the latest ones. I'm done with the monotone. I'm just fucking going for it. No, just you'll appreciate it. It's fun. It's a fun time. And it's interesting. And it is family friendly. That unlike all the rest of our shows on this channel, it is family friendly. It's one you can listen to with your kids, especially if they're first time readers or anything like that. We have first time readers. We have a 22-year-old first time reader, and we have a target audience who she's now 15, and
Yeah.
literally it's going right as the book progresses, has a target audience for what Harry Potter's age is, and they guest every 5 episodes or so and give their breakdowns and everything.
Yeah,
So
I mean it really is the backbone to, I'll call our podcasting company for sure.
yeah,
And I'm sorry that we haven't maybe displayed that as well as we should have. I thought we've over exposed it. I feel like all of our
no,
shows that we do, we at least for drinks and those things, I feel like we
yeah,
consistently tried to
we
um
talk about it.
promote. We had a specific thing like, hey, promote
Yeah,
another show, which seems like a lot when you're in it, but that's where it's tough to know how much is too much and how much is
yeah.
not hitting on anybody. That's one of those difficult things of recording. It really is. And
Oh yeah, because the other difference with the podcast, and sorry to cut you off,
no, you're good.
podcast to live stream wise, you don't get that instant feedback. Like we get the numbers of downloads and listens and everything like that, but you don't get that instant feedback like you do with the live stream. Like right now, we have 6 people in the chat, 5 people in the chat going, and we know, hey, and this was completely random. Luke literally messaged me 15 minutes before this. Hey, I want to do a live stream. You want to jump on?
You're
Sure.
welcome.
And you guys are here, and you guys are fucking here. And thank you.
Thank you. Truly, thank you. Like this, that makes it all worthwhile. I still see Moni G, Mother of Krakens, Tony 34th 83, Sasuke here in the room with us. Like, thank you so much. I think you and I are the other two.
But yeah,
It makes all of this totally validated. So Benji, I didn't mean
exactly.
to cut you off. Please,
No,
please
and you're
continue.
fine. But that's kind of my point that I was going for was with the Harry Potter thing. I think one reason why it's unknown, yeah, we make that point, but it's also towards the end of our streams when we're hammered. That
Which
usually
is the
happens.
most valuable to.
And you guys don't typically or hadn't typically done a YouTube side of it because you have your own recording style of it. You've done a few, I remember, last book you did a few, and I think the plan is to do more on Drawbridge, and I think I've been telling you should, just to help open up the viewership and everything.
We're
But
trying.
yeah,
It's just
it's a
tough
tough one.
to figure out. It's not an
Yeah,
entire episode. We're working on it. I think
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and push Melissa to do more of these, especially now that it's one single channel.
exactly.
I really do think I think that needs to happen. So please let us know in the chat if you're interested in Harry Potter chapter by chapter podcast insights. Let us know. I mean, that's very
Yeah.
very valuable to us, and it is probably our most passionate fandom that we have,
Yes.
company wide. Anything that we do here, you've seen drinks and those things. We talk about Harry Potter like all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
So the
legit. I'm on my probably 40th listen through. I'm almost done with the.
you're well over 100. You know that
Cool.
it's well over 100.
Yeah, probably well over 100.
So
Actually,
Tony,
I mean, it's every night. So yeah.
Tony in the chat just reiterated the question: where does the name Drawbridge come from? So Benji, I'm gonna let you take it this time.
Yeah.
I feel like
No,
I gave it a shot, but
y-
apparently my
yours is
answer
nice.
was
Yours is
not very
very
good.
elegant. Yours is very elegant. Yours is very Matthew-esque style. I can put it that way, and you'll know what I mean when I say that.
No, Matthew couldn't do
Basically,
what I did.
no, I was saying long-winded. That's all. but
Point.
but no, basically Drawbridge Media. The name Drawbridge, we had to break it down to think about what's a good way that can describe what we do. And basically, a drawbridge welcomes people in, welcomes new visitors to our castle, to our realm. And also, my breakdown of it is a bridge, connects different fandoms. So we're connecting Harry Potter to Game of Thrones to Stephen King to Lord of the Rings to Star Wars to everything, and on down the line. And there's no limit to what we can connect. And so that's where I took the drawbridge from. It's a connection between fandoms and realms, and it's a happy place that everything can just get along.
Benji, that was a really good description, and
Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and in some point in the future, like listen to that again when we have to like write down what the specific um motivation for a company is. No, I'm really excited about the new name. I mean, obviously, there's a really good medieval illusions, right? I mean, who doesn't love a good drawbridge? That makes a good castle, right? If you have a
Exactly.
good castle, that means you have a fucking drawbridge. Who doesn't want a drawbridge in
And
their house?
exactly, you have to have a moat first, but
Right.
everybody needs a moat. And
Well,
the
do you
way
want?
we've been raining here in St. Louis, everybody has a fucking
Oh,
moat
good grief!
lately.
It's only 14 degrees outside right now. It's actually less than that now. It was 24 when I left work this morning. It was 19 when I picked Griffin up from school.
Mm-hmm.
It was 16 when we got to Club Taco. It was 14 when we got to 6 Mile Bridge.
You can come into my castle anytime, Tony.
Oh, that's sexual.
He said I'll come to your castle. I said you can come to my castle
I
anytime.
like Tony. He's a good
I
guy.
did too.
But yeah, I mean,
But
Drawbridge Media.
but
It really
one
comes
other.
down to. I mean,
It was a
one.
name that was available too.
Well,
That's
that's absolutely a part of it, but
I'm not gonna lie. That's
it was definitely something that, I mean, you hear drawbridge, you know what you're talking about. It's,
yeah.
I mean, fantasy related for sure, and that's not all we do. It's gonna be more than that eventually. But I liked the way that you put it. We're welcoming you into our family, and we're welcoming you into our castle, and it's
I could
it's
use the term realm.
yeah, welcome to our realm. And the people that listen to this are a part of our kingdom, and it's not an arrogant thing. We're the least arrogant people, hopefully, that you meet, but it's just we want you to be with us, and we want you to be a part of our team.
Exactly. And really quick, I want to give a shout out to John St. Baptiste who just popped in the chat. And I'm glad you were here, John, because there's a question I've been meaning to ask you because Luke brought up something to
I
me the
love
other
John.
day.
John's a great
He
guy.
wants to get into some scotch. What was the scotch you gave me at Con or Ice and Fire Con? I want to say it's Lefroy, but I'm probably mispronouncing that. So
Yeah, no,
I'm just wondering on
that's
that.
I'm curious as well because I have very much been getting into scotch lately, and I'm curious as to what got Benji to be so dumb.
Not dumb, just
No, it was dumb. You were dumb.
oh yeah,
Lefrog.
Lefrog. Okay, I knew I was close, but I could not have gotten that spelling right whatsoever.
And I got
So.
you. Do you remember what I got you a couple weeks ago?
Doers.
It was just doers. Yeah, like the
Doers.
most basic.
Well, there was the other one.
The most.
There was the other one.
Oh, that was screwball, which is
Screwball. That's it.
peanut
Even
butter
worse.
peanut butter whiskey. That's
Yeah.
not scotch.
Yeah, but doers I didn't mind. I like the peanut butter whiskey, obviously, but
Lefroy.
Lefroy. Yeah. So okay, awesome.
Not
Thank you, John.
now.
I researched it.
Surely when
So
we are engulfed in flames later this year. So I'd like to open up to questions. I don't have any other thoughts other than like infinite thoughts. I never shut up. Um, just we have so many things going on here. Um, hey
yeah,
Benji, ask me about Get Slit podcast.
yeah. Actually, Luke, because that should be coming out
2 weeks.
2 weeks. You're doing you're recording that this coming week, correct?
Should be on the 24th is
You're
what's
recording on the 24th.
scheduled
Okay,
currently.
perfect, good.
Ask
And
me
what
all
book
about it.
will you be? What are you covering?
We are covering on the Gets Lit podcast The Final Empire, which is
And
by
what's that about? Or what?
Brandon Sanderson, the first of the Mistborn series. People that know it know it. It's really fucking cool. It was my first pick for the Gets Lit podcast. So the Gets Lit podcast is really neat because there's only two hosts, right? And we each picked
And they're
six
both book
books.
nerds.
We're total book nerds. And we both picked 6 books for the entire year for our monthly book club. And this is my first book. We just did Sarah J. Maas's Throne of Glass, which was good. And you should check out our episode on that. But we are about to do Mistborn.
Sorry.
Oh, you're saying fuck over there. You haven't even read the book. You don't know what I'm talking about.
No, but I just know that we just dropped a 5-4 lead and lost the game. So anyway,
Blues just lost.
yeah, in overtime. So we got a point.
Got a point. So
Anyway,
we're
moving on.
doing for the next Gets Lit episode a book that is all about a new. I'll call it a singular type of magic. It's not a commonplace. It's unique, and it's all about metals and allomancy, and it's really really good. Who's still playing in this hour? It's
Oh, West Coast, Sarah. So they're playing it in Vegas. So it's only 9:30, 9:40 there.
yeah. Yeah, no, the Mistborn series is really interesting on the magical mechanics. The theory of magic that Brandon Sanderson employs is interesting and consistent and really well thought out. It makes the story itself really worthwhile is what I'll say. I'm trying not to give too much away.
No, that's fair.
The theory of magic itself is awesome and totally worth checking out. So
I wanted to. That sounds very interesting, and I will be watching your Get Slid episode. I will not read the book myself because I don't have fucking. I barely have time to read or Stephen King stuff. So,
no, I
but
get it.
I will be watching your your lit discussion on it. I do want to address Mother Kraken's question. Hey, did we find out what happened to the blues player who collapsed the other night? That was Jay Bowmeister.
Jay Bowmeister.
My number 19. He's got a special place for me, even though he's the old guy. He's literally my age. He's the old guy on the team. He had a
He's
cardiac
older than you. I'm pretty sure
He's 36. He's 36.
He's older than
so
you.
he's like 6 months older than I am. Okay, fine. 6 months older than me.
I told you.
But he had a cardiac episode. Did have to be defibrillated on the bench. But was responsive and actually was in good spirits and health at the hospital. So he is in for observation and everything, but he is doing okay. So from me, and I'm sure the rest of Drawbridge Media, prayers go out to Bowmeister and everything. Get well soon. If you make breaking the ice, awesome. If not, just be healthy, bud. So
absolutely. That was a weird thing the other night where it was 2 nights ago now, right? And
yeah,
I was getting ready for bed and I had my Google updates going for the game and it stopped at 7:50.
Yeah,
7 minutes and 50 seconds in the first
left
period
it. Yeah.
for like an hour.
Mhm.
And obviously, like, sometimes your digital updates don't work quite right. But when you
Yeah.
see the hockey game that you care about stuck at a time like that with no time change, no
Hmm.
score change, you get a feeling of uneasiness and something
Yeah.
isn't quite right. And then as I was laying down to bed, because this was only
I mean, it was not
9:30
9:45
p.m.
because I actually had gotten done watching something at about 9:30,
Central
and
Standard
I've
Time, which is the one
set
true time zone.
exactly. But I got done watching something. I had remembered. Oh shit, Blues game. Let me turn it on, and they were already in intermission. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Or I'm like, okay,
Something
cool. So I
odd is
figured.
going on.
Well, no, I mean, I thought, okay, it was just a fast first period. I
Right?
thought
Yeah.
maybe fast first period. I didn't know that they had stopped it, and then they kind of start talking, and they are talking about Bowmeister. I'm like, oh, and then I realized, oh, they stopped it early, and I see Darren Pang's face, who was our sideline, our color commentary guy for the St. Louis Blues. He sits right next to the bench
Yeah.
as he's calling the game, and you could see the white. His face is just pure white, all the colors out of his face, and you knew something was bad, something was up. And he's like, "Yeah, no, this game's not continuing on." And
Yeah.
then I watched the video from the commercial break because apparently none of it was really shown
Oh
on
yeah, I would
TV.
imagine
And
not.
well, I mean, but like not intentionally, like literally they just, went to commercial and everything. The Blues players ripped the bench out of the moorings front, like it was bolted down. The bench was bolted down in the bench area, and they ripped it out so the medical staff could get there. It's one of the coolest things you can see. You see these big ass burly dudes just yank this bench up to get their boy taken care of. And so it's one of those, it's a scary situation. This happened a couple years ago, I want to say, with the uh either a Penguins player or a Bruins player, and the same doctor was on scene, like the same trainer or medical staff or something was at each one, and he's 2 for 2 for saving players lives. Because and they said Bowmeister is a hiker, like he's a well-known hiker and everything. Had this happened on a hike or even in his hotel room, he wouldn't have lived. But it luckily happened when he was on the bench surrounded by medical staff.
No, that's
So
really really cool. And
yeah. So, and sorry for rambling. It's been, yeah.
no,
This is
you're
one
good. I
where
was typing while I meant to. I had a comment to make, but no, the I laid down because I wasn't. I We're playing West Coast teams, and it was, man, I need to get to sleep early tonight, and so I was already in bed
yeah,
when the game started at 9, which very very rarely
that's a rare
happens.
for you. Yeah,
It
and so
is.
yeah, like, I'm the same. If by that point I'm ready to go to bed, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to bed. I'll catch up with the game tomorrow morning
I
or
made the
whatever.
choice. I'm not
Yeah,
staying up to watch this game. I'm going to bed like earlier than I can because I don't want to get caught up in the game. And
exactly. See, and I had planned. I knew I had a late start Wednesday morning, so I'm like, that's fine. I'll stay up and watch the game. I wanted to watch the primary stuff. That's what I was really watching, was the primary stuff in New Hampshire, see how that all played out, because I am interested in that kind of shit. So watch how that played out. I'm like, okay, they called it. I'm gonna switch over, and I'm like, oh yeah, Blues game, and oh no, they're not playing. What the fuck?
and
Yeah.
I
So
laid
have
down
you?
and I brushed my teeth. Well, before that, I brushed my teeth for like 25 minutes. No, I didn't. I didn't. But
y-
I did lay down after brushing my teeth and getting ready for bed and choosing not to watch the Blues game.
Yeah.
And then I logged on to the Facebook, you know, don't drop the. And I saw, my heart is, my stomach feels sick and
Hmm.
all these things are like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on? Like,
Right.
wait a second. Those aren't normal watching the Blues game comments from like the hardcore fans that are on the Facebook Blues group, right? Like they're usually pretty tough customers.
Oh yeah,
It was odd. It was odd, but
yeah. No,
I'm
it was
glad
an
he's
odd one,
doing
but
all right.
he's
Hopefully,
doing well. And the worst part, well, worst or best, depending on your viewpoint, it's the dad's trip.
I
Every
know.
year, every year the Blues, and I think every NHL team does this, but they pick a week where they go on a road trip, like a two or three game stop, and they bring their fathers with them. And so Jay Bouwmeester's dad was in the
Which
stands
was a really
with all the
special
rest.
thing. Like, it's so awesome that he was there for, like, for Jay.
Yeah,
Like, just to go to the hospital with him. Like, if you're gonna have that incident,
exactly.
who's the best person to go with you to the hospital? Your mom or
Yeah.
dad, right? Like, that's such a special thing. Like,
Or your wife. I mean, if your wife's
right?
not
Yeah,
there, but you got your parent,
that's
you
like a
know,
1, 2, 3
yeah,
combination.
exactly.
Like,
No, absolutely. And so
it's
it was a it's a good and a bad, but like at the same time, when the dad's up in the luxury box with all the other dads, and all of a sudden you see your son fall out, it's a scare. It's got to be a scary fucking feeling, kind of thing. So
absolutely.
let's move on to and thank you for bringing up, because I can talk blues for quite a while, but we should
No,
probably
I
move
could
on a
too.
little bit. But so Luke, have you touched The Shining at all?
I have not. I have
I
not.
have not either. That is our next book,
I've
early
seen the
March.
movie years ago, years and
Yes,
years and years
I've
ago.
seen both versions. We will have to discuss which version are we going to go with, the Stephen King approved or the uh oh shit, what's the director's name? Chat, help me out. No cheating on our part. I know it. God damn it, this is gonna bug me.
It's not
But
gonna bug me because I have
the Steve
no idea.
it's the Jack Nicholson version. But oh god damn it,
I
I
mean,
can't remember the
that's
director's
like the
name.
main version, right?
Well, that's the main version, but Stephen King hated that version
Well, yeah,
because
because
it
it's
was
not
not.
very good. That's the only one that I've seen.
Oh, correct. Okay, Stanley Kubrick. Thank you. So she's
Oh,
saying Stephen
Kubrick,
King
yeah.
has now approved Stanley Kubrick's as well. Okay, so it's possible, but he originally hated it, and so he went like several years later and made a made-for-TV movie kind of miniseries with it that redid it more towards more true to the book kind of thing. So it'd be one. But speaking of which, this Saturday night it was decided because
Mother of Krakens? How dare Luke? How dare you? What about what? Hey, this is like the side of the stuff that I know nothing about. Like that's my thing.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like,
And in fairness, I have not read The Shining. I've seen the movie several times. I've seen both versions several times. I do want to see Doctor Sleep because it does
yes,
sound really cool.
yeah. No,
And
I'm all about Stephen King. My
yeah,
my my main bread and butter within this
yeah,
realm is knowing nothing. That's my
yeah,
thing. Like, I know nothing, and I'm
yeah,
sorry. I trust me. I know that I'm better when I know things. That's what I do. I drink, and I also know things, but I
yeah,
also know nothing about Stephen King, and I'm
exactly.
sorry.
Yeah. And on Stephen King, I'm more the movie guy. Stephen King, I've seen almost all of his movies for the most part. Like, but what I was going to bring up is this Saturday, Luke and I have just decided officially we will be covering the
Rob
2004
Lowe, baby.
Rob Lowe version of Salem's Lot, because we just covered that last week. We read the book, we got that done, and we had the '79 version and the 2004 version.
We gotta
And
tell Abby because I think she
and my
might be
yeah,
joining us.
and
I'll tell her.
my ruling
You keep
was
talking.
the '79 version. We did the '74 version of Carrie, or '75 version of Carrie, or whatever year, '77. We did the original Carrie for the Carrie book. So this one we're going to do the second one instead of the original miniseries. We're going to go with the second miniseries. So we're going to do that, and then come The Shining, we'll maybe
Can we
discuss.
make
And I
Rob
actually,
Lowe jokes?
Rob Lowe, Rob, blow me down.
Keep going.
But
Sorry.
but
Oh
so
God, Chrissy's here. Thank God.
ah fuck. Hey, Chrissy.
Save
But
us.
so yes, so that's kind of like our idea for that. And I guess with that mentality, then for Shining, we should go back and do the Kubrick one, because we do new, old, new, old, new, old. Uh,
That'll
when we get to
have multiple versions. But I like
a
the
lot of them do. A
trends.
lot of them fucking
A lot of
actually.
them do.
A lot of them actually do.
No,
Like
I made the
uh,
thumbnails
Pet
already.
Cemetery.
It was
Pet
it was
Cemetery has two of them.
a
I know
brand new
that,
one, which we'll get
and
to.
it's
I
a
have
good
no.
version. I'm not gonna hate on it. I
I
like the
want to
new
do
version of Pet Cemetery.
multiple.
Yeah,
This is where it's difficult. Like sometimes it's worth talking about both of them.
yeah,
It's
exactly. And we might be
difficult.
able to. We might be able to. We might be able to do 2 weeks of it. But Misery, that's a standalone. I don't care if they ever remake that again. Kathy Bates, there is no one better.
Kathy
There is
Bates.
there is no one better than Kathy Bates in that role. So uh that one stands. I will, that's going to be that. But and that's kind of our thing. We want to bring more content to everyone. That's kind of where we're coming from with this episode.
Even if it's bad
To,
content, we just want consistently bad content. That's what we do.
hell, that was half a drinks and nose. Come
Oh,
on,
that
let's
was
be real.
90% of of drinks and those things.
Just bad fucking drunken content
Just
shit.
you know what? But people tend to like Glenn, and we're
They
trying to
do.
we're trying to find a way of getting. We're just trying to convince Glenn to come back.
Right, and movies is a good way to do it. Movies and
Ah,
miniseries. Here you go.
I'll tell you, he's already committed to Cujo.
Nice. And is Cujo April?
It's
Okay.
it's yeah, it's April.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I don't have the list in front of me.
Shining's March, Cujo's
Cujo's
April.
April, Misery's May, I believe. So perfect.
We
That's
all just want
excellent.
more Glenn. We know
We
that. I mean,
we
but you don't want
do.
to push him too hard because he'll run away.
Yeah,
You
and
gotta be
Chris, yeah, I
careful.
agree. Castle Rock season 2 was fantastic. Luke, I honestly
I
recommend
thought about watching it a
you should
lot.
watch it because
I'm
it
probably
doesn't
going. I'm
spoil
probably going to.
it doesn't spoil anything. You'll catch some references here and there. It's better if you know a lot of Stephen King, but like even my limited knowledge, there was stuff I was catching. I'm like, ooh, that was from that. Ooh, that was from that. But season 2, I actually liked
And that's
better
Hulu
than
only,
season 1.
right?
It is a Hulu only, yeah.
Can I tell
But
you
you can,
my favorite Hulu only show? Catch 22.
to be fair,
To be
oh, Catch 20.
fair, Catch 22.
I haven't seen that one.
Good.
You talk
Fucking
about Catch
great.
22. I'm listening. I'm walking away for a minute though. I can hear you
Walk.
though.
Yeah. Walk. We'll talk about it some other time. Read the book. Oh, Catch 22. So good. The show is solid. It's it's good. It's good. Friends and neighbors. It's good. Catch 22 is one of the best books of the past century for all sorts of things, including dry humor and hypocrisy, is what I'll say. And the Hulu original, when is the Salem's Lot mini series thingy happening, is what Chrissy of Old Stones, our good friend who joined us on the Salem's Lot book, full book episode, is asking.
Yes.
And it's supposed to be happening tomorrow night,
No, Saturday night.
which is
You
not
keep,
tomorrow night.
which is not tomorrow. You
I
keep
am
thinking Friday. Well,
consistently
actually,
thinking tomorrow's
technically, technically now you are
now
correct, which
I
is the
am
best kind of
5 minutes
correct.
into thinking, yeah, tomorrow night is so
But
yeah. Again,
Saturday night,
Reggie,
roughly,
what's your favorite type of being correct?
well,
Technically correct.
which is the best kind of correct. Yes.
So
Name the
Saturday night we are
yeah,
doing
roughly
our
9 p.m. Central.
yeah, roughly 9 p.m. Central. We're doing our I'm gonna call it a visual adaptation review
Yes.
because as we've discussed, there are typically multiple visual adaptations to choose from, and they keep growing. There's more and more as we are gonna go along this year. So we have our 12 books picked for our monthly book club, and there
By the
are
way, I do
only
love your slight it reference, even if you weren't aware that you did. Oh,
which
good
one?
friends. Oh, good neighbors.
Oh, I did that on I
I
very much.
I figured I
Oh,
figured you had.
friends and neighbors. I
Oh,
did that
good
on.
friends. Oh, good neighbors.
Well,
You
it's
were slightly off on it.
friends and neighbors is what he says. It's a reference that's used multiple times.
All right.
I listened to that book probably 30 times combined. Friends and neighbors. Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
anyway, moving on. But yeah, so we had talked about we're going to do the 2004 version on Saturday night about 9 p.m. Central Time, the one true time. It's
one
a
true
3 hour
time
long
zone.
miniseries. Luke, I like the idea. This one you should be a little safe on doing if you do the auto minute long screenshots. You're probably going to be safe, because there's no, it's a miniseries. It's made for TV, so
Oh,
nothing we
I
have to
totally
worry about too
forgot that
much.
I
We got
did that
so
last
lucky with
time.
the carry one.
I
We got
tried
so
doing that
lucky.
last time.
It almost worked.
It
It almost
almost
worked.
worked. God, this is
We
like a
can figure it
whole
out.
new system.
We can figure it out. Yeah,
Friends and
visual
neighbors, I
adaptation
tell
review.
you.
But yeah, no, and yeah, the Hulu. I like Hulu. Castle Rock's probably my favorite.
I love
Letterkenny's
casseroles.
Letterkenny's my second one. Catch 22. I want to check that one out. That does sound interesting. I'll probably watch the show first, then go to the book. That might be one I do it that way on instead of trying to backtrack. I'm doing that with the one you turned me on to. Is His Needful Things?
I have
Was that
not
you?
watched Needful
That's not you.
Things,
No,
but
no,
I
no.
know all about it.
Yeah, that's one I watched that series. That's not Hulu, that's Amazon, I believe. But I watched that one. What's the one you, Melissa? The with David Tennant. Uh,
Good Omens,
Good Omens.
which we
That's it.
will definitely be covering in
Yeah,
the
I like
Gets
that
Lit
show. I need to
podcast.
get.
It's
I
so
need to get in that
fucking
book.
good. Just remember, every single time you see, goddamn, what's his name? What's his name in that show? David Tennant, who is
Bart, is it Barthelmess?
no, he is the devil character. He's the
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. Good Omens. Here.
Crowley.
Crowley.
Every time you
Crowley.
see
That's it. Mr.
Crowley,
Crowley.
just remember he's also Barty Crouch Jr.
Yeah, and God, that
It's
still bugs
so
the
good.
shit out of me.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, there was a great meme from the Super Bowl halftime show. It was on the Harry Potter subreddit of David Tennant in Goblet of Fire and a Shakira coming through. Little tongue thing. And that bugged me.
I
That's the
don't do
one
the
thing about
tongue
that movie.
thing. I'm
The
not a
tongue thing
lizard.
really
Well,
bugged me.
it's like a it's a Mulan reference. I ain't no lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
good. Good Omens
Yeah,
is quite good.
yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it as a miniseries. I need to read the book on it. But yeah, now let's kind of talk about. Do we have any Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones stuff? We don't really have. A, you have something in the works. Is it getting close?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
anticipation.
it is. It's a consistent work of love, it truly is. We have the a Game of Ice and Fire playthrough that we're consistently working through, and by
You're gonna
we
like my comment there, Zeus.
and by we I'm throwing out three names at this point, and one is me. That's a good comment. The other is Riley, Mr. Nero C himself. I just gave him a flash drive today, forcing him to give a shit because I need help. And number three is Mallory Dorn, Sanrixian. She is doing. We had a really. how do I say this? We had a very aggressive, very optimistic idea for what we wanted to do, and we've had to pull back a little bit. That's fine.
Yeah.
And Mallory is so fucking talented. Like
Yeah, she's family. I mean,
she's family, absolutely. And she is creating characters that don't exist outside of the game and creating album artwork for us. So that's a big task to
yeah,
ask, and we're doing that. And she's one of those people that for some reason like us, I think is the way to say it. um and also gives a shit about what we're doing. So
yeah,
there's a lot of content there, and I know I've been taunting and teasing
you,
at it.
you've been
Hey,
teaching it
Ashmere
since.
Rivers, you'll learn more about him later. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Um,
Yeah,
Ashmere Rivers is one of the primary characters in A Game of Ice and Fire, and we just want to do it right.
yeah,
And it might, hopefully it's something good enough to do more than once, is I guess the way to say it. And
exactly. And
we're not fucking around with it.
yeah, no, absolutely. And like, I had done a pre-game thing with John H and a couple other people, Mandolin and Sarah Sasuke. We were all kind of in this pre-game thing, and I kind of fucked off with it. Of a very similar style thing online, and my hope was to maybe bring our game to live. I'm not ruling it out. I've just been shit about getting in and doing it. As well as other people and being called out. Again, I'm one kind of like Luke, put my feet to the fire, tell me, hey, this is what we're doing, and I'll do it. It's just one of getting past my own fucking mentality kind of thing. So hopefully down the line we can do like a live game, a weekly or a bi-weekly game with just random people. And since we have this platform now with Drawbridge opening it up, it might be an idea to do.
Absolutely.
Uh,
And I think having the bigger bigger concept for the channel opens up the bigger opportunities
exactly.
for things like that, which fit into the roles, plays, and games
Yeah.
side of our
No,
channel really well.
exactly. And we are talking about our friends, talking about Sanrixian, helping with the artwork for that. I do want to give a shout out because we did mention this week premiering on Must Not Be Named. Our new music was provided by John
John
Devento.
Del Vento. Check him out
Yeah,
at delvento.net.
yeah. He's
He
been,
is
he's been coming around and you're been around for a while now, and I still kind of think of him as the new kid, but he made his staple on the in the fandom here, and so if you don't know who he is, make sure you look him up because he's fantastic. And yeah, the music. At first, I was like, I don't know, like because I'm very particular about music and everything. Uh, and
oh
I
yeah.
dug it. It was great music. It's just it's different, and that's my thing is I don't like change.
I had a hard
So
time picking the music for I just shared his link in the chat, but
nice.
so he did the drinks and nose things music,
Yes.
and I feel like that was a lot easier for us, for the
Yeah.
hosts, because we had a lot more specific feel for it's casual, it's jaunty, right? I feel like the key term was jaunty, and I know
Yes.
that's
Carnival esque. You
yeah. I
know.
mean, pirates drinking, talking about Game of
Exactly.
Thrones, like could easily talk about dark sails, like black sails, like it's not a big deal, like and we had a theme that he kind of just mimicked and made bigger and huge, which was amazing. I
Exactly.
love it so much. I could play it right now. I might not be able to play it right now. I don't think it's on there. It's also my phone's dead. But
I
going
could play it right
into
now.
the Harry
Yeah.
Potter, so I paid him for that song and this song at the same time.
Yeah.
I paid him for both of them, and it was it was one of those, hey, we'll figure this one out later.
Yeah.
By a long shot. It turned out to be 9 months at least. About 9 months, because I wanted to have that one, the Drinks and Nose Things song, ready for season 8.
Yeah.
And that's about when we had it. Because you had
Yeah.
your sit downs with Sly.
Yes, and that
Without
was
it,
still under the that was still under the old music, and then I think episode 1 of season 8 we had the new music to premiere. We premiered it under the new episode. It may have been Sit Down with Sly with All of Us, like the one right before
yeah, the what was
the
it
group.
called? The I know what you're talking about. The final season 8 preview
Yeah.
predictions
We're
and all that. But
yeah. If you'd like I can play the maybe not. Maybe not, because now my phone wants to be dumb. Never mind. Nope, never mind. Okay, anyway, moving on.
I should be able to pull it off my phone. You keep talking for a little bit.
Yeah, so I just wanted, like I said, wanted to shout out, friends like that who, yes, are they doing it for a gain for themselves? At the same time, they're getting paid, first of all, and then they're also getting, recognition and everything. But that's what we believe in. If you are a part of our channel, was helping, have helped in any way with our new channel by being a mod, being in chat, being, a guest on our show, helping with that. We want to make sure you get the credit you deserve, because that's our whole thing. My whole thing with this channel, especially when we started Drinks and Nose, but in general, we're the bar. Everybody is welcomed at the bar. Get as drunk as you want, get as rowdy as you want, have as much fun as you want. Just don't be a dick. And we very, very rarely get people being dicks in our chats, which I am shocked, because I watch a lot of live streams, watch a lot of stuff, and you always get the trolls, you always get that. But our mods are some of the best in the world, and yes, I'm looking right at you, Chrissy, for this, because you were fast in the draw, which is phenomenal. But you make sure we don't get the trolls. It's all about the happy times here. Uh, Songs of Ice and Fire, yeah, that actually could be a fun thing to bring over to the Drawbridge channel now. The Songs of Ice and Fire. I'm not entirely against it. Again, I kind of like with the trivia thing. As little work as I have to do, I will run it. I will do it. Yeah, exactly. Cracken's here at Drawbridge. No dicks allowed. But and I'll run it and I'll do it. I just don't want to have to think about it. So I'm not against setting stuff up, and I'm open to bringing other people into the family, into the realm, and doing all that. I'm saying this as Luke's away from the mic too, so take this with a grain of salt, because like I said, he is the podfather. He has final say on everything, which is the way it should be. We need that one true voice to say yay or nay. But granted, you have to have one first to put it away. Okay, just saying. How you doing, Pony Boy? Long time no see. Uh, but so all right, and Luke is back. There we go.
Hey, oh shit, the granite person's here.
Right.
Good grief. I
But
gotta.
no, so Sarah brought up a good point. We need to do more songs of Ice and Fire, which was something me and John St. Baptiste done. Sarah was a part of it, and that I could see that being used on our channel, like doing a video, a live stream one night. I just basically said, Luke, as little work as I have to do, that's the benefit. So if somebody else wants to set it up, I will run it and I will host it, and we can do it, kind of thing, with the Podfather okay because, and I was giving you love for this because you do have pretty much final say on stuff, but we need that one final voice of yay or nay, and it's nothing personal when you say nay. It's just the way things are. So I was just kind of talking out with Chad, and I'm just giving full, explanation. That way you don't think I was talking shit on you.
No, I mean, that's everything, right? Like, I want to do a Song of Ice and Fire. I just need to let go, right? I
Yeah,
just
and that's kind
that's
of
the
thing.
biggest part of it. It's tough. It's
You
tough.
know, let go a little bit and give me a little access. I can put
Oh,
it
I'm
that way.
gonna hide that. The granny person. He was talking all kinds of shit. I'm gonna hide that. No.
No, I did. I was talking about though how I'd said originally starting Drinks and Nose was our show was about we were basically the bar. Everybody's welcome. You can get as drunk as you want, have as much fun as you want. Just don't be a dick, And then Kraken
Yeah.
said, Drawbridge Media, or I believe it was Kraken said Drawbridge here at Drawbridge, no dicks allowed. And Granite said, I'll
I
put
mean,
mine away, and I told
I
him,
have a
well, you
dick.
have to have one first,
I have a
So.
dick. Just saying. I mean, I know granny person doesn't, but that's okay.
But yeah, so anyway, that's kind of the breakdown of while you're away. You see how
All
much
right.
better he is than you.
I think I can play the new
All right,
must not be named music.
let's try it.
I think. Oh, oh wow! It just totally said no.
Yeah, my for some reason, like on my phone, when I tried down, like it played the first time or one time, but then it wouldn't play again. So I don't know. It's but anyway, going back to it, it's oh, here we go.
Start it over. Is that coming through to you?
I'm hearing it.
It is quite mystical.
Yes, and now here's the thing. Hang on, I got to respond to this. There we go. Anyway,
And
so here's the thing with like, because I've been, oh, you blanked out. You touched
oh,
something
oh, I
on my
minimized it.
screen.
Sorry.
There you go. Okay, that's okay.
Never hit
So,
minimize on OBS. It gets
yes, don't
really.
do it.
It's so
Yeah.
touchy.
So my thing with it, because I have been the longest listener of the show in general. I was the first to listen to a couple episodes. I liked the upbeat, very again carnival-y music that we had. But thinking about it, because we're on book 5 now.
You see why this was difficult. Do you
Oh, I do.
do you see
Oh,
why
trust
this
me,
was tough?
I do. I'm going headcanon now with this
Yeah.
music. It changes with the series. Because book 5 is that shift in the series of Harry Potter of, hey, this is a lighthearted kids kind of thing. It starts at the end of book 4. So this really would have fit in like
I
the
know.
last 5 chapters of book 4.
I get it.
I'm just saying.
I would have loved to started with book 5 with
Yes,
this timing.
but
Here's where we are.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But it makes sense just headcanon wise putting this on book 5, switching it over because it does get into that darker late teen style book, young adult, story, and it works. Do I like it? It has to grow on me. I'm gonna need to give it some time.
It took me some time to be
But
completely fair.
it fits, and I'm good with that, and I can live with that. So there's a difference between liking it and knowing that it fits, and I like that it fits. So I'm good with it. So hopefully everybody does like this as well.
Yeah, no,
Anyway,
it really really took me a long time to be fully okay with it. This I was more protective about this theme than I was about any of the other ones.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, because it is a little cheesy. It's a little Halloweeny, if I'm being
It is.
completely honest. But if
But again,
if you know Harry Potter moving forward from book 5 to book 6 to book 7, it's darker, it's more mysterious, it's more mystical, and I think it fits that theme pretty well.
yeah,
That's what I was going for, and I think John Delvento
he
fucking
nailed
nailed
it.
it on the first attempt. Like truly,
No.
it really was.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does. And again, I had to hear it again. That's only really the second or third time I've heard it because I can't get a hold of my phone. I keep forgetting to play it. I'm waiting to hear it on the episode because I'm also waiting to hear it 2 times speed because that's the other difference for me, or
Oh
one and a
yeah.
half times speed because I,
Bum ba
listen.
bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum. That's what it's gonna sound like.
Right. Yeah,
I just
which
wanted to
is
get
going to be
used to
fine.
it.
Yeah, which is going to be fine for me. Hell, even listening to our normal theme at normal speed doesn't sound right to me. So it's one like I have to get used to it.
It's so funny,
But
like even though like knowing where our original theme came from, like continue. Sorry.
well, yeah, well, going into that, our theme for the Stephen King podcast, we did not create that.
No, that
It was made by our cousin Sam, who you heard
no,
on
it
our
was not made by him.
what not made by
That
it
is a
was added.
YouTube royalty free
It is,
original.
which is going into the story I was going to. Because now, did you pick it or did Sam pick it? That was
Sam
my
picked it.
question. I was gonna say, yeah, Sam picked it. He found it and everything, and he was on our Carrie episode. If you want to go hear what he sounds like, he was also our original Pennywise voice, but couldn't continue on. But what was funny is I was watching this other trivia channel, just random thing on Twitch, and all of a sudden our music started playing. The fucking carnival music started playing. I'm like, where the fuck? I'm like, he's like, oh, sorry, I'm playing carnival music. And I'm like, where the hell did you hear that? And he's like, oh, it's a podcast I listen to. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Just, he's like, yeah. I'm like, what podcast? He's like, it's a Stephen King thing. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah.
That happened.
It did. I was like, I'm like, that's actually my show. He's like, oh, no shit. I'm like, yeah.
Nice.
So it was a cool little thing, but I'm like, because I'm like, did you just randomly have like some carnival music? He's like, no, I've heard that before, but no, that's actually just a random podcast that just started playing when I hit the wrong button. I was like, oh, that made me like so happy. But it was just kind of one of those funny little things. All right, what's going on in the chat here?
I'm asking Chrissy if she's joining us for our upcoming
For
video.
yes,
What did I call it? A
the
visual representation of the show.
yeah,
I said it a
shit.
lot quicker than I typed it.
You
You
did.
caught me as I was typing it. Hey
Fair.
Chrissy, are you joining us for our visual representation of Salem's Lot for Floats Down Here? I'm gonna stop typing it. I'm just gonna hit enter where I
No.
was.
And that's okay, and that's okay. Granted, my hotel room number is 217, so Luke will figure out what that means next month.
Wow, that sounds like a shiny thing.
Hey, it's one of the few shining things I know. Don't go to room 217.
No, I was giving him shit a minute ago about is he gonna marry me or not. The granted person, like the worst best person that we know,
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
or the best worst person that we know. He's such a
That's
good bad dude.
Yeah. The
He's
cleanest dirty boy.
He's so sweet too. He's so sweet. But
it's like what I talk about Gunner, my dog. I'm like, he is the dumbest smart dog you'd ever meet, or the smartest dumb dog.
That's the great person. That's him.
Yes.
TGP, the dumbest smart dog. That's him.
Or
Get
or
off
the
my
dumb, or the
leg.
smart.
Stop humping my leg. I know you like me. We don't need to keep going through this, TGP. Come on, stop humping my leg. You're brilliant, but leave me alone. That's where we're
Nice,
at
Sarah.
in our relationship. That is so you. We know.
And yeah, Sarah, I saw you say that I have visited the Overlook Hotel in Colorado. That would be cool to go see. Uh, that resort. I don't think I can afford it, but it's still pretty cool.
Colorado's pretty easily my favorite place to visit.
New Orleans is mine, only
We
because I
need to
did
go to
Colorado.
both of those. You need
We
to
do.
fucking listen. You need to read Interview with a Vampire if you're gonna
I do. That
if you're
I
gonna
that I do.
love if you're gonna love New
Yeah,
Orleans so
I
much,
know.
you
I know.
need to do that.
I saw a few of the film sets that when I was down there.
I'm telling you,
Like a few film locations. Like they said, oh yeah, this is where this was filmed, and
I'm telling you, that was a big thing for me. The Interview with a Vampire. Oh, Jake Cruz is here. Hey, buddy. Hey, Jake.
hey, Drake.
That dude's awesome. I like that guy. I know you hate him. I'm giving you shit. No,
He's
Jake, you're a
kind of a
good guy.
dick. He's kind of a dick. Well,
No,
in
he's
fairness,
kind of a dick in like the right way.
unfortunately, he has the name of like the second biggest dick in my life, and not in a
Dude,
good way,
Jake,
like
just
size
know that
ways.
like size wise, you have the second biggest dick in Ben's life. Just know
Yeah.
that. Just congratulations. That's awesome, man. I'm happy for you. Cause now I have like the 353rd biggest dick in his life, which is a weird stat to own, but I'm happy for you. Yeah, we're all sorry about that.
Oh, Drake, how you doing, bud? Yeah,
So
exactly.
so
Correct.
New
Stay on top of it.
Orleans
No
though,
dicks
like
allowed. Yes,
you need truly,
I know.
if
I
you're
yeah.
gonna love New Orleans, you need to read Anne Rice's Interview with a Vampire because it is all about New Orleans. And
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking cool.
I can say that. Yeah. So yeah, I will. We need to just do a cross country or a roundabout trip. I will take you to New Orleans. We'll down and around through. We'll. I'll go to Austin. You can stay in the car. I want to get some barbecue at
What's wrong
Franklin's
with
Barbecue.
Austin? Wait.
You hate Texas.
Austin is one of the coolest towns
Okay, I thought
in
you
the
hated Texas.
country.
Okay, you hate what is it?
I've been to Texas way too much.
Yeah.
But Austin, Texas
Okay.
is
So I'm
one of
saying
the
that
coolest places in the country. There is no doubt about that.
I
The
want to go to
rest of
Franklin's
Texas can
Barbecue.
go fuck itself.
I want to go to Franklin's Barbecue in Austin, Texas. Then we can cruise up to Colorado, and you can show me a good adult time in Colorado. Because the only time I've been in Colorado was when I was like 13, and the Women's World Cup won. The U.S. team won the World Cup.
And Grandpa almost
Had a
basically had a heart attack
basically had a heart attack. That's what I
before
remember.
before the Women's World Cup. Completely unrelated, truly.
Yeah, yeah,
Abby can confirm, but
yeah.
yeah, no, that actually happened in Colorado Springs.
Yes,
Oh.
but just saying that could be a good round trip. We bring Clovis and Ramsey. Just a week and a half long trip. I can do that. That'll knock out Oklahoma. I've never been to Oklahoma. I've never been to Texas either. My goal is to hit at least continental 48 plus Alaska because I can pull off Alaska. We have family in Alaska. I'm not gonna make it to Hawaii, but I want to drive through every state. I don't care about visiting.
I'm gonna
I just
drive
want.
to Hawaii.
I do want to drive through every state. I have about 19 checked off so far.
I feel like you're probably undercounting it if you really put time into thinking about it. I feel like you're
Not
probably
really. No,
undercounting it.
no, not
For
really.
driving through,
Driving through only about 19,
let's
maybe
talk about
20.
that. Let's talk
All
about
right,
that.
all right.
Not right now.
I'll
Not right now.
no, no, no,
Not
no,
right
no,
now.
no.
We'll come back to it. Let's
I'll count in my head and I'll tell you where I'm at.
because a lot of them you and I were there together,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like I'm not ready to talk about it emotionally. Personally, emotionally, I'm not ready to talk about it because
I'm just because there's been a few.
I'm being ridiculous.
I know you have me. I'm sure you have me beat on
What's the
Actual
furthest west you've been?
California.
Oh
I've,
yeah, well
I've
yeah. If you're
I've
me too.
I've been to LA. Yeah. So,
Just
I don't
recently
have.
though.
Yeah, was that the first time you've been out that
Second
way?
time. I was there a year before for the same
For
reason.
same reason, yeah. But okay, so yeah, say
Before
mine
that, it
was
was South Dakota
mhm,
and
Nebraska.
Colorado Springs
Yep.
and El Paso
So
was like
Colorado, yeah.
my easily like
Oh, said
defined western line. And then
so yeah. So Colorado was my
December
westernmost.
1st, 2018, I didn't go to California at all in 2019. Sorry,
Yeah.
girlfriend. Um, but that happened. Um,
Who do I
eh,
know in Oklahoma, Sarah? Sorry if I'm being a dick and I'm just not remembering.
well,
Anyway,
Lance Wilson lives there now. Not the Lance Wilson that you might know.
I was gonna say no.
I know
He
him
worked.
too. Not the same one.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, oh, that's right. John H is
John
from
H.
Oklahoma. That's right. Yeah.
That douche. I love him.
Furthest north is just fucking well Detroit or actually Niagara Falls is the furthest north I've been.
Boston for me.
Never been to
Which
Boston.
is
Never
just north of, because we did that same trip too.
Yeah.
Niagara, going up through Toronto. Yeah.
Mongolia. Shit. That's a bit more north than that.
Wait,
Nice.
Jay Cruz.
So-
What?
He says Mongolia.
That's where he's at right now.
No, he's saying that's furthest. I'm guessing that's
No,
where
he's there right now.
I've been to more different countries than different states. And then Sarah asked what's the furthest north everyone's been, and Jake said Mongolia. Is that where you're at now, or
Probably
furthest
not.
north?
No,
That's
Jake,
probably furthest north. Furthest north.
that's
You know, because
way up there.
that's pretty up there.
I
But,
really want to do like a big Asian trip, like in and have you ever listened to Dan Carlin's podcast, Benji?
Hang on.
No, he's in Vegas now. How boring! How boring! I've never actually been in Vegas.
I have not 21 states. I just counted them. Sorry,
You
had to get
counted
through there.
them?
I did. It only took me 21.
Want to go to Mongolia so much, show
But,
that shit.
No, I wanted to listen to Hardcore History. And actually, oh no, is it Dan? You said Dan Carlin.
Dan Carlin
There's-
is one of the best
there's,
podcasters out there.
Cummings. Is there Cummings that's a huge podcaster? Dan Cummings does
probably.
board podcast show. He's coming. He's actually in St. Louis like
I don't
next
know it,
weekend.
but that doesn't make it
But-
not
No,
huge.
yeah, just talk about it on a radio show. So that's all I was.
Nepal is an
okay.
awesome place from what I've heard. I mean, it's mostly
Yeah.
mountains for
My
me.
dream is to do Sydney. Like I'd love to get down to Sydney, Australia.
Do you know we have
Sydney
some
and-
friends there?
Probably. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
that's the coolest thing of all of this. Like, it's. I mean, obviously, I've had dreams of going to the extents of the world, right? I mean,
And I'm still listening. You're walking away.
I would love to go to Cape Horn, the very extent of South America. I would love to go to Madagascar. I would love to go to South Africa. I would love to go to every bit of Australia. You know, from where we're at here in St. Louis, Missouri, which is, in all honesty, kind of boring territory, North America. I think going to the extents of the world is something that's in our nature, and maybe I'm wrong on that, but the granite person wants to go to the extents of your anal cavity, and I appreciate that too, but that's not always something that we can all achieve. And I just think some of us really want to do it for the right reasons. Not like the granite person. He's kind of the worst. But
Yeah.
you know, there are certain extents that normal humanity always thinks about going to, and that's where you marry your wife.
Yeah.
That's where you get engaged. It's those extremes. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
And like one thing you made me, think about when you said, here in St. Louis, we're the boring ones, and it in our nature, it's like genetically, we're settlers. Like we got to this point, our family got to this point, like we're good. We don't need to go any further. We'll set up, and it's a weird dynamic. Like our sister has literally lived around the world. She
Yeah,
is up and moved.
she fucking sucks.
She has moved all around the world. Myself, I literally lived in the house Luke is in right now. Moved a block, 2 blocks this way. Yeah,
Do you
you
see
can
the
point them to my old bedroom.
suit of armor holding a
Y-
sombrero right behind that literally is
Yeah,
your
that's
old
my old bedroom.
bedroom
That's my
on
old
the
bedroom.
right there.
Yeah,
I'm happy
and
there's
so
also a suit of armor holding a sombrero
there
showing
is,
off your old bedroom. That's a
yes,
good view.
you know. But now here's the thing: from that house, I moved 2 blocks over to where my grandfather lived for 50 plus years.
That
Where
way.
when my parents bought that house, and then within a year and a half, I bought a house in between. So I haven't gone anywhere. I am not a adventurer, not an explorer. I'm looking to move. I'm moving, 20 miles to the west here, hopefully in the next year or so. And it's freaking me the fuck out because I've lived in the same 3 blocks for 3 years, or since I was three, for 32, 33 years, and that's all I've known. Hell, even Luke went away to school. He went down, what, 150 miles, away. And so he's had a little bit of experience in that. I don't. And the thing is, yeah, I would love to say, yeah, I want to go, and see the Cape Horn. I want to see Madagascar and all. I want to see North Dakota. I want to fucking, that's why my dream is to drive every single state in the country, because that's the other thing too, is I'm a driver. I literally drive for a living. And so I could easily drive every single state. And if I can pull that off, I can be like, I saw what I need to. You know, I want to see the world. I would love to see the world. I just realistically am that mentality of I settled. I'm comfortable. I'm happy, but I'm okay if I don't ever see it. I'd like to, and if I can pull it off, I will. But it's not, the end all be all. The every state thing, that's where my money is, because it's just like it's something I need to do. Just be behind the wheel and just drive.
I have a question for 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 you.
Hmm.
And it's also for Mother of Krakens. Does Mother of Krakens live in St. Louis?
Yeah, yeah. She I know she works for a CBD company. I want to say in
The lack of
Baldwin.
knowing her in person needs to change.
Yes,
I
I've
did.
been
I
meaning to go
saw
down to her
her.
store,
I saw
honestly.
that message, and good grief is all I'll say. Good grief.
Yeah.
That needs to
Uh,
change.
but
Anyway,
yes,
I'm
so
not gonna
Krakens, you're
pressure anyone,
no, I
but
know,
I need to
but
fucking know you.
but,
Mother,
but
I've known you for years at this
Baldwin.
point.
There we go. But now in Grief Court, even better. That's
Dude,
even better.
I can walk there now.
Yeah,
Not I couldn't
well,
walk there. My knee hurts. I
right
couldn't
now,
walk there right now.
from work maybe, from work maybe.
Yeah, no,
But
let's
yeah. So okay.
uh send me an email at the podcast that at gmail.com saying, "Hey, this is me and we should talk."
I mean, she's on Twitter. I have her on Twitter.
Yeah,
We follow each other on Twitter.
I'm really
So
bad at knowing people. Anyway, what
yeah,
else we
but
need to like talk about where the state of where we are as a company? Like there's
so
a lot of
I
really
mean,
interesting things that we have going on.
yeah, it's one like w- I want to put it out as an apology kind of thing. On the YouTube.
Apologize left and right.
on the YouTube side, we slacked. And I know I talked about this earlier, but after Game of Thrones, we kind of fell off. We hit a rut. We were trying to finish up other stuff, and we just weren't sure where we were going with it. And I'm glad. And again, as I said, Luke is the podfather of this whole company here, and he was the last cog. I've had the idea of combining all the shows on this channel, and I'm gonna call it out. I had mentioned this a well before, bringing them all on, but Luke wanted to keep everything separated, which made sense at the
To an
time.
extent, yeah. I mean, it's
But now,
how
but
to
now
do
it
it
made
is difficult.
but now it made more sense, especially with the new YouTube rules of cross. You can't have multiple videos on multiple channels and everything like that. It forced our hand a bit too. But I want to apologize for us just slacking off, just in general, because we did, we did, and we thank you for sticking around, for still being here. We came back. I think it was honestly like a 4 month break before we did a state of the podcast, thing where me, you, and Abby got together and did a drunken stream, or me and you just did a drunken random stream, and we still had fucking, 10, like 7 to 10 people jump in, and that's all we ask. That's all we, could ask for. Just if we randomly do a thing, and you're there, fucking yeah, thank you. But we are going to try here on out to be better and put out more content. We do ask, if you got some friends, share it around. Tell them, hey, just subscribe. All we care about is, I should say all. Uh, we would like to hit that number to get monetization. I'll call it out there. It would help.
It would be a big thing. It would.
It would help if you could get three email or three different emails and subscribe. We'll take the fake ones. I don't care. But
Yeah, no, it's a big thing to get that 1,000 subscriber monetization, right? That's what you're talking about, and
yes,
we don't want to game the system, but at the
no, we
same
don't.
time, it helps people like us who are, I'll say, kind of in the in between. I mean, we're also probably in hour 2.5 or 3 on this stream. So who's really seeing this that isn't already a fan of ours or a friend of ours? But like, tell your friends about what we do. We're gonna start offering a lot more than we have been. It's not just Game of Thrones stuff. It's gonna be
Yes, and
all
that's the point.
sorts of fantasy stuff. It's going to be all sorts of horror stuff, Stephen King stuff. It's going to be all sorts of Harry Potter stuff. We're going to do everything on this channel, and we really hope that our really good friends are going to stick around and hang out with us. And we care about this stuff, so we think you're going to care about this stuff. So we look forward to seeing you more often.
Exactly. And one thing I've been kicking around, I really haven't even mentioned it to Luke, but if we do get the drawbridge thing going a bit, one thing I'd like to look into is more of the horror side of it. Like, that's, again, that's my realm, that's my thing. And I'd like to bring up different TV shows and movies and all that stuff that
The
nobody else
answer
really
is
wants to talk.
yes.
I know. Yeah, I already know the answer is yes. That's why I'm bringing it up now. The answer is yes, but it's one of those of, so it's not even just going to be, Stephen King horror. It's going to be, we're going to talk about Seven. We're going to talk about, all that kind of stuff, and just to have fun. Hell, I'm sick of going out, honestly. Like, I've gone to the bar more in the last 5, 6 months, and I fucking don't like it. I miss doing this. I miss having something to look forward to. I just need something to kick me in the ass and have to do. So
Okay, then do
that's
it.
I I know, and that's
I know.
what I'm saying. And so having this outlet and having this to work with, we're going to be doing more. And that's our whole point with tonight is we just wanted to get out
No,
and
our whole
talk, and
point tonight was we're drunk and
we're drunk.
we wanted to like say hi
Exactly.
and also give an idea of what we have coming up, and there's a lot coming up. It really, I truly, all of what we're doing needs to be focused on storytelling, whether it's horror storytelling, whether it's fantasy storytelling, whether it's sci-fi storytelling, whether
Whether
it's
it's bad storytelling like Tolkien, but it needs to be focused on
stop
storytelling.
talking right now. No,
Or great storytelling like Tom Petty. It's.
how do I just mute you?
I don't think you can.
Oh, you are muted. I did it. You're muted.
No,
Oh,
no.
keep talking.
It's
Ready? 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 You're muted.
you stop talking and see
You're not
desktop
coming through
audio
at
right
all.
there. I'm not muted.
At least on my side, you're not coming through at all. No, Tom Petty is very bad. He is a very bad music teller. Is
Fun,
very,
fun.
very.
Oh.
Nope,
Side
muted.
side note to that, I'm not muted. I'm coming through. So a Facebook friend of mine pointed out that her daughter, she was listening to Mary Jane's Last Dance, and her daughter, her 14-year-old daughter, goes, "This sounds like hillbilly music,"
It is.
and uh, and I said, "That's an insult to hillbilly music, right there. God damn it!
Oh yeah, it is.
It,
The
it,
greater
it really
person, thank you
is."
for letting me know that my muting only works
Only
for the
mutes.
podcasting side, not to the computer side. It's disappointing. It's very
See, but
disappointing.
now I'm not gonna teach you how to mute that side. I already
Well, I
know
mean,
that one.
I could. Oh, I
Yeah,
could
hit the
just turn
button.
you off.
Well, just hit the desktop audio button like that, and you can mute that.
There's a whole
Yeah.
lot of ways of
That's
doing
how I
it.
take. That's how I take care of the Felicia problem from time to time.
Oh, the Felicia. Oh, good grief. The granny person. I'm gonna block you. I'm actually gonna
30-second
go.
timeout. 30-second timeout.
30-second timeout. Do I just hide user on this channel? That's probably the thing to hit, right? Hide user on this channel. Put user in timeout. That's what we do.
I think you're the only one that you actually did it.
300 seconds. 300 seconds.
That's 5 minutes. You give him a 5-minute
Well,
timeout,
don't. I mean,
and I can't unhide. I can hide, but I think you're the only one that can has
really?
the unhide.
Those
Because
things are gonna change
yeah,
for Drawbridge Media. Hillbilly music is fun. There are
yeah. Good luck. I love you, Sarah, but
ethnomusicologists very into that kind of music. I used to be of the name of some movement about in like
in
the
the 40s,
40s.
Johnny Cash is more. I can't call that
He's not
hillbilly music.
hillbilly. No,
No,
he is
he's
the bourgeoisie of rock and roll
yeah.
and country. It's really a defining point.
Hey, there's only a handful of people accepted into the songwriter, country, and rock and roll Hall of Fame. All three of them.
Can we also
And
say
Johnny
that
Cash
the
is
Rock
one.
and Roll Hall of Fame is total fucking horseshit these days?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Oh,
Dude.
Whitney Houston.
Right. And it's basically become the Music Hall of Fame, which is fine.
Which
I'm
is
fine with it.
fine if they just accept that it's the Music Hall of Fame.
Yes. Once Michael Bolton gets in, then it's pure rock and roll. And actually, I'm not gonna shit on Michael Bolton.
He's a good singer.
The-
He is
he's a good singer.
phenomenal. I wasn't shitting on it. I apologize if it sounded like that. I
No,
was
I know you
mimicking
were.
him,
You were.
which
Yeah.
isn't good. But he's a phenomenal artist.
Yes, but it's one of those the Music Hall of Fame is fine, but don't call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore because it's not. When you're adding hip hop and R&B and smooth
Just
contemporary
call it Music Hall of Fame.
Music Hall of Fame, and that's fine. But Kenny G fucking kills it. I don't give a shit. He's good at what he fucking does. Dude played a solid note for hours. One solid note because he can breathe through his nose and blow out his mouth at the same time, and held a solid note.
Is the
And
granite
as two,
person allowed back yet?
not yet. He still has probably a couple minutes
Really?
because you timed him out for 5 minutes. It's only been like a minute or two.
I mean, he earned it. I love him, but I'm an asshole. That's the end of the story.
I'm an asshole. He's an asshole. Leo.
Asshole,
Name that who had the song "I'm an Asshole." Chat, if you can beat Luke, I'd
I don't know.
If I, you never mind. Nope.
Don't touch that.
Not touching it.
You don't want that.
Nope.
Anyway,
Nope.
so there are also some things coming up on our channel that Benji does not know about,
Probably not.
including a series which is not.
Of unfortunate events.
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen too.
I want part of that one. I'm just saying.
None of us are getting a part of that one. That's gonna be a little girls series.
Oh.
Neither
Okay.
of us are being a part of that. Melissa and I recorded the first 2 chapters of that before any of our other shows became a thing. That's
Yeah.
true.
But now the girls have gotten into that,
Oh yeah.
or oh, nice. Okay, I was unaware of that, so I'm fine stepping back on that front for that reason. If it was just you and Melissa, I'd be like, oh, I
No,
fucking
no,
muscle
no,
my
no,
way
no.
in. I'd muscle my way in like I did on Drinks and Nose, because I hands down muscle my way in on that one.
Yeah, because Glenn's a pussy. But
No, I was already pissed about the Harry Potter thing, and I was like, oh, you are not doing a Game of Thrones thing without me. So anyway, moving on.
The upcoming Undefined, it's really not even set yet on what it is. It's not a show that you're gonna want to be a part of. Just knowing who you are as like the
Okay.
worst person.
The worst person ever.
Fantastic scenes and where to find them.
Okay.
Because I
Wait.
know you don't love Eddie Redmayne, but he is also fucking incredible.
I like Fantastic Beasts. I do enjoy them, and from your recommendation, you had said, "Crimes of Grindelwald" is the best Harry Potter movie that you've ever seen.
By far. Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald is
I don't
the
disagree.
best Harry Potter Wizarding World movie
Yes,
by a long shot. Like not even close. Not even like
I actually
if you take this into no, it's the best
because
Wizarding World movie.
the one thing is it's only a movie. There's no source
Christy
material to work.
Volstones, get your head out of your ass. Watch the movie.
There's no
I love
source
you,
material to
watch
fuck
it.
up. So there's no source material to fuck up. First of all,
Exactly.
which
Continue.
and gives it a step up. No, which does give a step up. Eddie Redmayne is limited in the movie, which makes it even better.
Even though
But
he's
Johnny
like
Depp,
the best.
he's the best, fine, but he's limited, which is a good thing because Eddie Redmayne is the worst. But the movie itself is phenomenal. Like the story, the action, the filmography, the videography is just just outstanding. And so no, I absolutely agree with you. Of the movies, they are the best movies there are. Now the adaptations, there's a different story. If you're going with the first 4 or first 7,
about adaptations.
I know. If
Yeah.
you're going first 7, I'm still gonna say Chamber of Secrets is the best movie there is.
Well, yeah, that's a totally different
And
ranking of movies.
I know, but I'm saying of movies for movie's sake, yes, Crimes of Grindelwald is the best in the Harry Potter universe of movies. I absolutely agree with you. Fantastic Beasts, not so much because it's very Eddie Redmayne centric and it's not funny all the time. It's not great. It's good.
I'm
but
blocking. No. Who accepted this comment by the granny person? No, someone needs to pull that back. Someone pull that back. This is not acceptable.
out of all the dick and dick praising Tom Petty, yes, no, that's acceptable.
No, that's bad. I'm not gonna do it myself, but that's bad.
No,
Anyway.
I'm not taking that way. And Chrissy, don't touch that. That's acceptable because he earned that. He did earn it because Tom Petty is worse than anal penetration. So that's completely a fair comment.
It's just weak. I think he can do better.
He's not bitching. He's not bitching. He's making.
I think he can do better.
He can do better.
Disappointing.
Disappointed. Sorry, Hercules reference. Uh, but no. So I do agree with you on that. But so you're saying, uh, fantastic scenes and where to find them. It's about the Fantastic Beast movies.
It
Is the
is.
idea, and
And
I have heard this before, and I'm not against it. I'm really not against it. I enjoy those movies for what they are, as long as I cannot look at Eddie Redmayne's mouth. If I can look anywhere else on the screen except for his fucking mouth that he talks out the thing of, you know, I'm fine.
I read a bunch of the negative reviews of the first movie, and
Mhm.
a lot of them are Eddie Redmayne looking down.
Yeah,
It's just that. It's just people not understanding how,
I, I,
in my opinion, not understanding how complex of a character that he's
but
delivering.
the
And
problem is, if you need to see him in other things, and he does the same. He's the Hugh Grant of this.
I've seen him in other things, and I've seen Hugh Grant in things too.
And he's the same fucking character. It's the Hugh Grant. It's the
Okay, I've seen Kristen Stewart in things too. It doesn't make it a bad
Zombieland.
character,
No, but it's the same character.
but
It's
it doesn't make it wrong for the story. It doesn't make it wrong for the story. It's right for the character. I'm sorry
This
that he
one
finally found the character that it fucking made sense for.
fine, fine. Yes, I will give you that. I will give you that.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's not awesome.
Newt Scamander
He's fine.
is the
He's
hero
fine
that
as
we've been waiting for.
he's
Fuck Harry.
fine as Newt. He's fine as Newt.
He's perfect as Newt. He's fucking
He is.
awkward. And it's exactly what we've needed. It's the best.
God
It's
damn it, who's the guy
best.
from Zombieland? He's the British version of him.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, he's the British version of him. Newt Scamander. Yeah.
You would, Chrissy. She's horny.
You have no idea how much I have to rein her in for trivia.
No,
I'm just
I
saying.
believe it. I believe
Jesse
it.
Eisenberg. He is the Newt's or fucking Eddie Redmayne is the British Jesse Eisenberg. I will stand by that statement.
Okay. What do you want me to do about that?
Same character, same person, just I'm awkward.
Okay, but it's also
And
like
now,
perfect
it
for the
works for
character.
Newt.
Like, what's
It
it
worked for
matter?
Newt.
What's it matter when it's right
It
for
works
the
for Newt.
character?
It doesn't work for his fucking character in Les Mis, which still.
Yeah, I don't give a shit
Newt.
about Les Mis. I give no shits.
That was my first introduction to him, though.
Yeah, but it's also like a dumb play. It's stupid. It's probably very dumb. It's really dumb. It's really dumb.
It is. Okay.
Prove me otherwise.
Name a better play.
All of
with
them.
better music. With better music. You know.
Spam a lot. Done.
Possibly. I've never seen Spam a lot.
I can't even hear you.
I've never seen Spam a lot.
Spam a lot was awesome.
So I can't say, but I'm pretty sure because Monty Python based. I probably, if you would have said Book of Mormon, I'd be like, okay, fine. But of a classical fucking Broadway play,
In all truth and fairness, I have not seen Les Mis. I haven't. I need to. I need to. It needs to happen.
It is a must.
fully want to, and I'm gonna have that happen. But for my judgment, I'm giving.
Don't watch the movie. Don't watch the movie. Watch
representation by my reaction. Is that fair? Phantom of the Opera is amazing. Like,
Phantom is
good
amazing.
grief! Holy shit!
Yeah,
I'm not gonna. I cannot compare anything to Phantom of the Opera.
My first ever musical, like professional musical, I went to see at the Fox, like here in St. Louis, but like a Broadway style, was Phantom, and it fucking blew me away, and it was great.
And it blew him
Les
too.
Mis, Les Mis just holds a special place in my heart because that was like the one album. Actually, our brother Matthew had the
Beer
soundtrack,
Hog.
Beer Hog, and I stole it from him, and so I listened to that one over and over and over again, and it hits every perfect note. The movie was great, except for fucking Eddie Redmayne. And
He was the best actor that is alive.
sure, Big Fish. I don't know. And see, here's the thing: I'm uncultured. I only know like the huge plays, like huge musicals. Sound of Music, fucking Wicked,
That's called
Phantom,
Wicked.
wait, Les Mis, Cats. Cats is an
Big-
abomination on
Big-
stage
Big
or
Fish.
movie. I don't know Big Fish, but it's one like, and yeah, Fiddler on the Roof. I know that one. How to Succeed in Business. I was actually in that one, but so it's like I don't know a lot of stuff, and I don't say that Les Mis is the best music of all time, but it is my favorite, and so going to see that in movies and seeing him sing out the side of his mouth with no fucking passion, with no fucking inspiration, no nothing, it soured me to his acting. Because it's not a hard role to play. It's not a fucking hard role to play.
Just
You have to
because
sing
it's
kind of
not
decently.
hard, does that make it less valuable?
If you play it poorly, yes. If it's not a hard role to play and you play it poorly,
I'm sorry if
yes,
it
you are a less
makes
valuable
sense.
actor for anything else.
He is a perfect Newt Scamander.
And I will give you that because he's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fucking perfect because he's fucking awkward. And guess
Yeah,
what? He
I
does
know.
really well.
All right, keep
Being
talking.
awkward. Yeah, I mean I'm a big Newt Scamander fan. That's really what it is. And I'm gonna be able to talk about this even more so this weekend when I'm getting ready to do a one-on-one conversation with Megan from Swish and Flick podcast, where we're doing just a Fantastic Beasts, both movies, chit chat, and why it's essentially way better than the Harry Potter movies. Because it really is. The movies themselves are better than the Harry Potter movies. I'm taking advantage of this chance while Benji's away to say that the Fantastic Beasts movies are truly better movies than the Harry Potter movies are.
And in fairness, I already said that as well. I do agree with you on that. Um, I absolutely, yeah, I absolutely do agree with you on that. I like the stories of the Harry Potter movies
Well,
better.
sure, because they have fucking books that are amazing that we live
Exactly.
our lives by.
Exactly. But as a movie standalones, movie to movies, yes, Crimes Grindelwald is fantastic. Fantastic Beasts is good. It's good.
Who's messaging
I don't
us?
hate it.
Who's
I don't
doing
hate
that?
it. What's it?
Who's messaging us?
I didn't get a message.
Oh,
Well, I have a lot of my
OTDA. That
Oh.
motherfucker. Yeah, man. Anytime you want to go live, you should.
Then send him a fucking link to our shit. Somebody link go DA. Let them know we're going live. Chrissy, that's on you.
Come on, Chrissy. Link Queen. I love
But-
you. I actually just sent her the. I think it's just the Hangouts link. Maybe OTDA is going to jump in the Hangout.
Dude, that'd be he'll be shocked to shit.
Even better. I need another beer if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know how many I got left. I might have one. Yep, I got one beer left, so.
Anytime you want to go live, you should. And I'll be there.
Oh,
Was just checking some Castle Rock tonight. Great fucking
nice.
show, in my opinion. Stephen King.
Nah, see, told you. And now that makes more sense to Chrissy's previous comment.
Sasuke. OTD bugging you to come on live, but
Anime lover, hi Nicole.
can't bother.
Good
to
morning. What
join
time
the
is it for
show.
you? Since you're saying it's morning, and well, it is morning here technically.
Anime lover. Yeah, I don't know her or
I,
him. I
well,
apologize
it's
for
anime
having
lover
a
Nicole.
gender
I'm gonna assume name is Nicole, and I've
because
seen her around before. I,
oh, okay.
so I have. She's
I'm
in
glad
Europe.
you're
There we
here.
go.
I
Yeah,
just I'm sorry that I don't know you, and
unfamiliar, and
I'm glad that she's in Europe.
Netherlands.
Nick,
Nice.
oh, there it is. Okay, yours
Right.
is just before me.
I got you. I had the faster connection, even though we're the same company and we're a block apart.
Ah, yeah. No, it's literally like I could, if I literally could walk to your place in like 2 minutes and like show up on your camera just to walk back.
Yeah, you probably if you jump fences. If you didn't, it'd be about 3.5.
I would run, motherfucker. Oh, I can't join a
Oh, it's her name
hangout.
day?
I
Oh, Nicole,
haven't.
happy name day. Happy birthday. Are you all of 23 now? I honestly don't know. I'm trying to be nice. And, well, it's still technically your birthday in Nevada and Colorado and California here in the US, so it's still your name day. Cheers. Happy 24th. So, yeah, it's one like anyway, trying to move on the conversation. I'm having fun. I
I'm
like
still trying to convince OTDA
DA
to
to come
jump in.
live.
Yeah, no, I was putting the heat on.
Nice.
He finally responded. He said,
I
"Oh,
probably
I
could have got.
can't join a hangout. I haven't been on hangouts in like a month. Just checking my messages now. I got like 100 messages to reply to."
Oh shit.
I said, "Benj and I are just hanging. Just jump in, motherfucker." Oh shit. Tell
Oh yeah.
him cheers for me.
There. Oh shit. You're here. What's it
Yeah,
called?
we're talking about you, OTDA. Just you have the
You guys
link,
go
even though I
around,
didn't
so
mean
stop
to.
sending him shit.
Yeah, no. OT. The granite person. I meant that I have heartworms. That's what I meant. Not lukewarm. Heartworms. That's what I meant.
Oh fuck. But yeah, so
I think I need more beers.
like I said, I only got one left, so
Well, that's
finishing it
embarrassing.
off.
I'll be back. You talk about something that's interesting and not something that sucks.
Or you can bring me a couple more beers. But yeah, so you know, I don't know. I don't know what to fucking talk about. I suck at this shit. This is why I work off the fucking chat, and I'm always kind of background and come up with my funnies and talk very very fast. But it's one. We had Da with us trivia last month. We had Sarah this month. I think we got Mandolin coming on the March trivia. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about trivia because that's my fucking bread and butter. But anybody in the chat right now, Granite Person, you might be a fun one. I might fucking fucking regret asking you if you're ever interested in jumping in on a Friday night doing trivia with us. It'd be pretty fucking fun. Yeah, Krakens, you did win. That was only not too long ago, right? You ended up not was that 52 that you got it on trivia? The new song is Working out, it's a little tight, bulgy, but it works. My customers don't seem to mind it. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Nice. Hey, TGP, I'll put it this way. The less work I have to do because you have to make up your own 13 questions, I'm okay with. You know, just make it gettable. Don't make it who was this 1895 composer that, died of dysentery like Sarah did. Wink, wink. I'm kidding, Sarah. You had great questions. I'm just giving you shit. Your questions were actually pretty gettable. I think I was the only one with an Apu. Everybody got your questions. Rated TGP trivia night. Yeah, exactly. And I know, Sarah, and I'm saying, literally, I think everybody got your questions. Me and Felicia had a couple questions that didn't get answered, but
Fucking Felicia. God damn it.
I know, but yeah, but no, I was saying myself and her. Sarah actually came in with like some hard ass fucking like classical music questions. I'm reading these and I'm like beforehand because I made her cards up and I'm like, I
Forehands.
have, yep, beforehands from St. Louis Brewery. Oh, that's our new brewery brewery name. Beforehands.
Beforehands. Yeah, fuck you, forehands.
Fuck you, boring. We're beforehands. But anyway, so she had some hard ass like questions that I'm looking at as well, like I have no fucking clue. I have no idea. And people are getting them in chats and during trivia going nuts. I'm like, all right, great. My question, I forget who it was. Oh, it was who was the lead singer of Paramore? Like, and it was just
Haley
I,
Williams. What's the
yeah,
question?
I knew you would get that. Yes, but or the and actually, shout out to Glenn again. He showed up for my trivia
I know.
last week.
I know he did.
Were you sitting there with him playing
No, I
along?
showed up after the fact and he was like, yeah, I was there for a while. For the first
Yeah,
time ever.
he did good. In fairness, I
Well,
told him
yeah,
because I
he's
sat
also,
next to him the day before,
in all
saying I
honesty,
need to go.
yeah,
go.
that's true. That he gave you a couple of the answers, but also he's really good at trivia. Like he really
Yeah,
is.
and he also only gave me like one. He gave me the Haley Williams one, and he still didn't get it right first. Like he didn't get the
No,
answer
he
right.
told me how pissed he was at that. He was like, I gave him that question and I didn't even get it first. You see why
No,
I don't like being there for the trivias.
no,
It it's
yeah,
so
I know.
dependent on
It's just the algorithm of the timing.
it's
Yeah.
so bullshit.
But no, he
To
did
be fair,
Glenn did give me the Haley Williams one first. But
he gave you
there
the
there was
Haley
a few.
Williams question.
Well, I said I need some singers and this and that, and I was like trying to think. I'm like, I know
I
there's a
mean, she's
female rock
hot.
group, like in my head, and he goes, "What about Haley Williams?" And I'm like, "Yes, that's the one I was actually trying to think of." And so he said that, and I'm like, "Okay,
Do you know he
Paramore."
banged her once?
What's that?
Do you know he banged her once?
Nice, good for him.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, it's on YouTube now, so it's
There it
got to be
is.
true.
There it is. Glenn's got a big dick, so probably
Yeah. But yeah, so it's I think there was almost an Apu on M
a
Shadows.
poo.
Apu like
Nahama
Apu,
piece of Penelon
not Nahaspim Pelon, but like an Apu moment of Apu, nobody got it.
on M
Uh
Shadows. Really?
and well it
What
was
was the
Avenged
question?
Sevenfold lead singer.
I know. What was the question?
Avenged Seven named lead singer, Avenged
Oh,
Sevenfold.
good grief.
Yeah, you know that. I wrote that for you.
People are like
And
the worst.
yeah,
Why do you
but
guys? Why are you guys consistently just embarrassing? That's just listen to good music. Just start. Everyone that hears this, start listening to good music, and that means not pop music.
so all right, name the band. Shirley Manson
No,
was the lead singer.
Shirley Manson is garbage.
There you go. Okay.
Doesn't make it good music.
Oh, that was great music. Garbage is
No,
fucking good music.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
Yes.
We timed that so perfectly.
Yes.
No, we It's not good music. No, it's not. I'm
It's
sorry.
enjoyable music. Yes.
Listen to whatever floats your boat. I agree with that. And my
All right.
boat is
Oh, I
floated
have one
on.
for you. I have one for you because my whole category was name the band or the singer. I give you a band or you give you the singer.
Okay.
Toto.
Hodo?
Toto.
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 Africa. I got nothing else besides that.
Yep. That was the Apu moment. I don't think anybody got that one. And actually, I had to look that one up because I didn't. I had the
Garbage
names
head
listed.
fucking bitch. Vig, screw you, Luke.
Garbage head. Fucking bitch. And the lead singer was Joseph Williams. For Toto.
Oh, for Toto?
Yeah, and
I don't care.
I did that one. They're a fucking
But
studio
you know
band.
how many like actual good guitarists I could name, and you would never get anywhere close to.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, hey, let's just do ready for one. Ready for this? How about Aaron Marshall?
Eric Marshall.
Aaron Marshall.
Aaron Marshall.
He's Canadian.
Nickelback.
No. A band called Intervals, which is one of the best bands. How about
I try to get gettables.
Tosin Abasi?
What's the name?
Tosin Abasi.
Sum 41.
Animals as leaders. How about
give it like a. See,
I'm saying good bands. I'm saying bands that have actually relevant music in the past 15 years. I'm saying truly. I'm telling you, this is groundbreaking stuff that I'm bringing to the table here. How about
and this is why Luke will not host or be guest on.
Animals as leaders. Guess what? Mother of Krakens knows it. There it is. How about this should be really an easy one. Oh man.
And he pauses. Really easy one, and I pause.
Well, no, it is, but like Misha Mansour.
Nisha Mansour.
It's Periphery, which is a band you've never heard of, is it?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Periphery. I might have heard a song of theirs, but and so that's the thing. It's and so when you're making like trivia questions and you're doing that kind of stuff, you have to.
Does it matter what people know or what's good? That's my question.
You have to make it fun for people. That's
no, I don't give a shit what people want to know. They suck. The people that are there suck. They listen to bad music.
No, it's not bad music. It's not bad music.
No, it is bad music. I'm looking for them to find good music because they deserve better.
Find good music, fine.
They deserve better.
You and Felicia deserve each other on that one because she did a whole section on K-pop. Name the K-pop band and all that, which again to her is good music. And
Chrissy,
I'm not saying it is.
Trivia is not fun because nobody knows the good answers. That's the answer. It's not fun because
it's not
the
fun if you
internet's
don't
too
know
slow.
the answer. No,
it's the internet's too slow, and the answers are bad.
No,
and you have to have both names. You have to have the full names. Even though I say Hermione, it has to be Hermione Granger. Get the fuck out of here.
No, on that one, that should never have.
Full names, all that matters.
That should not have pointed against you. I'm just saying. And a Harry Potter mindset that should not have pointed against you. But, it's one. Okay, name the band who sang Flagpole Sitta.
I mean, it's Goldfinger. It's not. It's I know the song. I can't think of it. Because I'm drunk.
Harvey Danger.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a
All right. All right. All right. All right.
I'm
All
a
right. All right.
trivia
All right.
confirmer.
All
I'm a
all right,
trivia
Denny.
confirmer.
All right, Denny. All right. All right, Jerry. All right, Jerry. All right. All right,
Hey,
Jerry.
get
All
your
right.
head out of your ass.
So, Stacy's mom. This one,
Fountains of Wayne, get your head out of your ass. Fuck
goddamn
you.
nice. No, I'll give you knuckles on that one.
Fuck
like
you.
virtual. No,
that's,
because
that's one of my all-time favorites. Interstate. No. What? The album is. It's God damn it. That's one of my all-time favorite albums.
really, and see, and now here's
No,
I
it really
I know the
is.
song. That's the only song there's a no.
You should know.
But I
You
always
should know the whole album.
I attributed it because I just watched a live show of Bowling for Soup,
Which is
uh,
right in there.
right in there, and literally somebody calls out and like, okay, what song do you want to hear?
Good
And
night,
like,
mother of Krakens. Thank you.
and
Thank
they
you
go
so much.
Stacy's, and they call out Stacy's mom, and like, that is not our song, literally not our song. And I'm thinking, I'm like, that's not their song. Holy shit! Like, I blanked on it for a minute or
I
for a
haven't
bit
looked this
for
up yet. But
for a bit. I thought it was Bowling for Soup. You know, once I saw the thing,
no,
and yeah,
that
no, it's
album
Fonz of
is,
Wayne. So
it's. I'm gonna think of it. It's easily. I mean,
well, Bowling for
Google's-
Soup has 1985.
I don't care about Bowling for Soup. I'm talking
Okay,
about
where you-
Fountains of Wayne.
Oh,
That is
Lord.
the album I know of theirs, and it is like interstate management. It's all about in between managers.
Interstate Managers.
Yeah, is that really what it's called?
Well, I mean, I googled Fonz of Wayne Interstate. Welcome Interstate Managers.
Welcome interstate.
Is the third
Managers.
studio is
That's
the
the
third
album.
studio album about albums of Wayne.
Come on, that's pretty close. I didn't have it exactly, but that is an awesome album. There's also a song on there called Hey Julie, which is awesome. It's a really good song. Hey Julie, look what they're doing to me. Gonna try to figure me out, trying to break me down. It's a great album. Came out in 2004, probably.
3.
Come on, that's pretty close. That's pretty close.
You're on it. I mean, I'm not.
It's a good
I wasn't
album.
saying you're
It's a good album.
fair. But so, and that's the thing. It's one of those like, trivia spoiler. My next idea is one-hit wonder bands that you might not know. Like I may go with one-hit wonders.
That wouldn't be a one-hit wonder because of the number one song on that album. Track number 1, Mexican Wine, was also a hit.
No, it wasn't. I have no idea what the fucking Mexican Wine is. It's not. No, Fonz of Wayne only one-hit wonder is Stacy's mom. Give me 2 seconds.
Mexican Wine was
I'm-
also a hit.
If I don't know it in the first 10 seconds.
Also, that's an awesome song. Hey,
talking.
OTDA, thanks for being here. You're so cute. Hey, Julie, look what they're doing to me. Trying to pick me up, trying to put me down.
Nope, not a hit. Not a hit whatsoever.
Just because you don't know it doesn't make it a hit.
Yes, there's legitimately a
No.
one-hit wonder hit.
No.
If you type in Fountains of Wayne one-hit wonder,
Well, yeah,
I'm sure Stacy's mom comes up.
Guess what? If you type in "aha," what's gonna fucking pop up?
Yeah, because that's their one song.
No.
I
Doesn't make
watched
it
a
not
fucking
hit at the time.
I watched a
It doesn't
15-minute
make it not a
documentary
hit at
on
the
the making
time.
of their one-hit wonder of Take on Me. And there's nothing wrong with being a one-hit wonder. There's nothing wrong with it. You can make bank. You can
It's
make
also
your whole
really easy
fucking life.
not to be a one-hit wonder when you have a second hit wonder.
That's not a second hit though. I'm sorry, I just looked it
It
up. I'm
was.
literally looking at Mexican wine. That is not a hit. That is a
I
not a good
wear
song.
my sunglasses at night. Who sings that? Is the
That's
question.
whole. Wait, that's Hall and Notes.
It's not.
No,
It's
no,
I
no.
feel like I
Sunglasses at
should. I
night.
feel like I should know it.
I should know that too.
Sasuke asked it. Squidward, if you will. Um,
Oh, where am
it's one
I?
of
No,
those.
that's the fucking pretty boy. He was
George
on the
Michael.
daytime soaps. No, he was on the daytime soaps. Uh,
Squidward. Bob LaPunge.
that was Corey Hart. Really? Okay, I cheated. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated. Uh, Corey Hart. Okay, saying sunglasses at night. All right, fair enough. Then not who I would have thought of. Who the hell am I thinking of? The fucking old soaps fan. Jan.
Did this heart fall from the ceiling in Kansas City and die, or can we just only be so lucky once? Come on, Benj, you can't leave me hanging like that.
I was looking. I wasn't
Oh,
listening.
good
Sorry.
grief! God, come on! I made a heart joke of falling from the ceiling in Kansas City and dying, and that just being okay.
That
Really,
just a little bit. That just went.
really, what was Bret Hart's brother's name?
Oh.
Are you kidding me? Come on! I only have so many wrestling jokes, and you missed that one.
Owen. Oh
and
my
and
god.
and
In
Corey Hart
Kansas.
can he fall from the ceiling? And is that okay?
Oh,
How'd you miss
Owen Hart
that?
was definitely a one-hit wonder in Kansas City.
Oh, one hit wonder. He hit once, and that was it.
Yeah, that's the joke you should make.
Good
It's
night, Chrissy. Thank you for being here.
good night,
We're
Chrissy.
getting
Word
bad
up.
now.
Oh, word up. Oh, fuck.
Word up.
No. Oh, shit. All right, one hit wonder. Who sang Jenny 8675309 chat?
8, 6, 7, 5.
But
Steve Miller
word
Band.
up. I don't know. I don't know that one, Sarah. I word up. Word up now. Tell me what do you want me forever? That's what I think of when I hear word up, but I know that's not right.
I mean, it's
Cameo? Okay.
No,
I
it
yeah.
is.
I'm thinking that like not Janet RuPaul or not RuPaul. Fucking what the straight up now? I'm thinking straight up now. Tell me. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, no, yeah. I realized that as I was talking it out, Sarah. Still,
As you were
who's
talking
saying
about on Google.
Paul Abdul? Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up was Paul Abdul. Exactly. So yes, Luke. By the way, you need to find a bottle of Lafroig. It'll get you drunk enough to fall on a patio in Ohio.
No, it'll get you drunk enough to come back down to the party, convince everyone at the party that you're cool, and ready to party some more until the flight of the Phoenix happens and you fucking bounce and you're gone. That's just it. You disappear, and there's the rest of your life. Paul Abdul had 3 hits. That's true. That's true. Straight Up was her biggest hit. Ooh, let's see what the granite person asked. I asked this once, but I will ask again. Are you assholes going to Ice and Fire?
Uh,
I
half of our assholes are.
I will bring my asshole to Ice and Fire Con. And I know my girlfriend will be there too. So that's cool. I'm looking to
Nice.
get
I didn't know Bailey was gone.
laid. Probably.
I would like to if I could go very, very cheaply and not actually do the convention stuff, like straight up, straight up.
Straight up,
Just
now tell me, are you just gonna fucking go and stop being a douchebag? Oh, oh, oh.
because I don't really, I honestly care about the convention stuff. And I'm not trying to be an asshole when I say
Okay,
that.
then just fucking
It's
buy a hotel room and just do
I,
that.
I'm I might, I honestly might like because you're going up on that Friday, right? Like that we
Undecided.
were undecided.
Probably
If I could
before
pull
that.
it, if I could pull it off, I might do that. Just go get a room. Hell, I might just crash with Kev again. Just like, dude, fucking come
Kev's
share a room."
going,
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
and
dude,
LMR is going,
I can just drive
and
up
I'm
there and
pretty
just sleep in his
sure
room.
that Tony Teflon
Nice.
is going.
So yeah, because I do have some vacation and stuff to burn, but like drive up Friday afternoon, leave Sunday, kind of thing. And especially, I caught myself. I fucking caught myself.
Say it
Like,
one more
fuck you.
time.
Especially,
It's not that
uh,
hard to say.
but because last year we were staying because we were watching episode 3 as a group and all that. If I leave Friday, drive up, stay the night, party, whatever, hang out Saturday, not even do the convention stuff, really, because I don't technically need a ticket to watch the jousting and all that. Party Saturday night, wake up Sunday morning, drive home. It's doable. So it's not out of the realm. It's not out of the realm
That's true.
for myself,
All right,
and I could do it fairly cheap. Anyway, yeah, we're
let's go to bed.
yep.
Not together. Obviously, we're in different places. So
You just have to walk over here.
I'm not going over there. I'm gonna drink like 25 more beers and then go to bed. But thank you guys for hanging out with us, and we have a
I
lot
may
more
be
things
crashing
to
with granite.
offer here at Drawbridge Media. Truly, whether it's new fantasy books that you haven't read, whether it's more Stephen King that you haven't read or you have, there's also more A Song of Ice and Fire
Andrew
stuff.
WK, party hard.
Yeah, you want to party hard right now? You want every song that Andrew WK has is about partying hard. Let's get a party started. Let's get a party started. Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Um, there's a
Sorry.
lot. There's a lot going on here at Drawbridge Media. We hope you join us in our discussions and our live streams. And before we go, Sasuke has a question. So we're dotting right now.
We're waiting with anticipation.
I love working out to Andrew WK. That's what we're waiting for? Really? You have like 25 seconds, Sasuke. Sasuke, get your shit together. Come on, what's the real question here? He already answered it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we love you. Thank you guys for joining us, and join us for Gets Lit for Mistborn Book 1, The Final Empire, coming up here soon. And Benj, what else you got coming up?
Saturday night, join us for Salem's Lot. We're doing the miniseries 2004 with Rob Lowe. Find it, torrent it. I don't give a shit. Watch it live with us. We've never seen it. We're going to be getting drunk to it, having a great time. 9-ish o'clock Saturday night, and we know for a fact that we won't be a half an hour late because we know what buttons we have to hit this time because the YouTube change, apart from the carry
We're
thing where
getting
we
better.
recorded literally a half an hour without actually doing anything.
One
So
true time zone,
9 p.m. Central,
9-ish
10
Central
Eastern.
time.
It's about 3 hours long. Playing your night. We're getting drunk. We're having fun. Wait, here and did answer the 1 hour's let down. How'd you find it? How did you all
We'll
find it?
answer
I
that
know
in
Andrew
post.
fucking WK.
We'll answer
you know,
that in post. Anyway, thank you guys all for being here. Truly, we hope to see you Saturday night. And until then,
I still don't know, so I'll just drink.
and I'm coming, and I am full of cum. Goodbye.